Det var exakt så det var förra gången. Jag tror det funkar just nu. Hey, I think the stream is working.
Nice. Well, good luck, and I'll, yeah.
You'll go now?
Yep.
Yep. You will be busy for the rest of the stream, yeah? Question mark?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, I see.
See ya.
Yeah, very fun. Ocelot, are you there? Hey, hello.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, how are you alive? How are you not sleeping right now?
I was.
You're on the live stream, by the way. Just saying.
What live stream?
We have a live stream right now, and so
Oh
yeah,
God.
people hear what you say. What you say, by the way. There's not that many people watching.
Hello. Woke me up.
Sorry. I just saw that you were in the call.
I'm gonna look at this live stream.
Okay. It's
This
like
is-
3 a.m.
Oh
for
my
you
gosh.
or something.
Yeah. 3. Let's see, who's Moon Guy?
Yeah, that's we know him from before. He's nice.
Yeah, I, to be honest, fell asleep in my chair.
Oh, okay. Crazy.
It is
Okay.
3 a.m. I am a bit tired,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna go off to sleep in bed instead. That nicer.
Okay. That sounds great. Yeah, I'm going to try to do some kind of live stream here. And
Good night.
yeah, good night.
Damn, it's 12 for y'all.
Yep.
Good night.
Yes, good night. Okay. So, I am compiling the game and launching it right now. So, oh shoot, I just remembered. It's right now probably trying to load in 500 million stars. I should probably change that. Yeah, let's not load in 500 million stars, okay? Let's do a small amount of stars. Like, 10 million. That's a pretty small amount, Let's see here. Okay, I moved the chat out of the OBS window thingy. Can I maybe wait, we have OBS. Can we like shrink OBS down a bit and then have the chat on the left side, maybe like some kind of pro would do it. Okay, I should really close the game now. Trying to load 500 million stars at once is, it's not a great idea, So let's see here. How many stars are this? Is this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? That's 10 million. Okay. Okay, we're having slight issues right now. The game is lagging so hard that I can't even close it down. That's great. That's great, Can I do that? Yeah, I can do that. Okay, I should have done that from the start. Okay. Now, let's actually take a look at the game. How many here, by the way? Can someone please type something in chat, maybe? I'm not great at live streams, you know. Okay. How many here have seen the video? The new video. The Devlog 2, it's called. Okay. This stream is very much so not dead, you know? I get this feeling that this live stream is probably no one here. That's very nice. I'm watching my own stream right now on my phone, by the way, to get it to have a bit more. Okay, okay, here we go. Yeah, so this is the game. Or rather, this is my weird side project of generating stars, okay? It's pretty crazy. You can see, this is how 10 million stars looks. Yeah, and they have like randomly generated color and size and, yeah, all that. You see, this star right here is a bit bigger, and then there's the really small ones as well. For some reason I feel like they're making like different patterns and stuff, which is interesting. It's really satisfying to look at, in my opinion. I've spent way too much time just looking at this, so let's progress to the, if I even can, because it's slightly laggy right now. Okay, now, so I can show you some stuff here. This is the void crawler, I think, and then we have a space lizard. So basically, this is the select screen, kind of. So we have you can click these buttons, and yeah, it's not that descriptive, but basically you can. These buttons are the way that you select which character you play as, basically. So you have these buttons. So if you click, I think it's this one, you become a human. This one is the Mecha Sapien, I think, and this is the void crawler, and this is a space lizard. And these down here are different professions. So here's the craftsman, that's the wizard, maybe, I have no idea. The professions actually don't do anything at all. They are just there. So yeah, we're going to add in some different effects and like things that skill trees maybe too, so that this kind of stuff actually matters. Add you into the game. Okay, sure, maybe. Why not? So you can try and launch the game, and you see if you click there, you come to this screen, and there's supposed to be stuff in the background, and yeah, so on. There's not at the moment. For example, you know, this is entirely black right now. But if you click this button, you select to start playing the game. So see, you can shoot. We have there's these bullets are acting a bit weird. That's actually an issue we're going to fix. Sentient leaf. Sure. And yeah, the collision is working, and I did actually do an optimization when it comes to loading in the levels quite recently, so we can put that over there. I did, if you look at one of the levels, this is how a level looks, you know? So you see there's all these rows with a bunch of nothing or something on them. So these different symbols, they mean different stuff for the level reader. So it's going to go through the entire file, letter by letter or line by line. So it goes like first line number 1, and then it's going to go on what is this, and what is this, and what is this, and what is this, and then it's going to do different actions depending on what those symbols are. And then when it's done with that line, it jumps down one line, and then it does that over and over again for the entire level. The thing is, we have a lot of empty space in our levels, since it makes it easier to work with, or that's at least what Walnut says. He's the one that makes the levels. So I added an optimization so that it basically just, before loading the levels, it just deletes all of the unnecessary spacing. And it also doesn't read anything below the letter C. So it basically goes on reading the level and loading it in until it sees the letter C. And then after that it will just, okay, I'm done. And then it will use that modified level for actually drawing stuff. So yeah, you can see here the comments. They're saying like kind of what stuff does. So A, okay, this is in Swedish. But E is an enemy, so I think that one is actually outdated. We probably don't even use that one anymore, but it's still there. And then we have the K that equals key. The key is also not in the game yet. And we have the T that used to mean temporary wall. That's also Swedish, but now it's the Turtle Master, which is a kind of enemy that I added in. I can show you that one. Thing is, I made this kind of fancy system for storing data, and we're doing it in JSON format. It's probably the easiest way to do it. Not the most efficient though. There's a lot of other alternatives to JSON. But the payoff is usually that they are less human readable. But that's not really something that we need anyway. That may even be a bit of a advantage in certain ways. So you can go into here, and then you have these data communicator.hpp. I wrote this myself. It's pretty cool. It's basically just an API that talks with the JSON files and then stores the data from the JSON files here. So when you want to update something in the JSON files, it checks what's already in the stats. I could maybe rename this to data or something. That would maybe be more descriptive. And then it just fills in what's in here into the JSON file. And it's also the other way around. So yeah, it's pretty nice. And then here we have like more higher level abstractions of the data system. So here we have world.hpp. So and then you can have like actions that are specific to the world, you could say. Hello 83. Alright, so if you want to be able to save the world, for example, you can have like, you can use the basic commands that are from the data communicator. So you can have data.set and then which info you want it to set, and then the new data you want it to be. So yeah, and I'm using this enum right here to make because to like better know what all the values mean, you could say. I could also just use an integer, you know. I could do something like,
Yeah, can't sleep.
oh, okay, you're back. So I could do something like having int I and then have that to be the index of the set. But that's not very descriptive, you know. If then I have to remember what 0 means and what 1 means and what 2 means. And I also don't really care in, you know, the important thing is that I'm consistent with what player X, player Y, player I, and current levels index numbers are. Because these JSON files are treated like, or rather they are, a list. So if I want to, we can actually do like this a whole explaining session here. Welcome back, by the way, Ocelot.
Hello.
So you could have something.
What is I?
I'm just trying to explain some stuff about my system here. So here we have the. I should make this slightly bigger as well, maybe. Let's like make this full screen. Okay. So now we're doing the Microsoft Paint explanation thing, you know? So we have this list here. You see this is a list. And we have some data here. So a bunch of zeros and ones, you know? It's not actually that in JSON format, but we can just set in some zeros and ones to symbolize that there's some kind of information there. And then we have something else down here. And there's like this whole list going on. Every place in the list can be accessed by a number, which is like the number of the space in the list, you could say. So basically what I'm doing in this file here is that I'm naming these indexes. So I'm saying that 1 is the same as writing player X, for example. So when I write in player X, it just knows that that's number 1. So it's going to look at the first index. So it's a really good way to be descriptive and also consistent with the index of the thing. Yeah, I can't talk anymore, you know. So yeah, that's what I've done here. It's not really as complicated as it sounds. Yeah. And then down here we have a function that's just called save. This is something that I added in just for optimizing. So before I had it so that it just automatically saves every single time I change a value. But if I want to change like 5 values and in a really big JSON file, it's going to, due to how the save function works, it's going to have to look at what's already in the stats struct, and it's going to have to fill all of that into the JSON file. So it does a lot of unnecessary saving if I would do that. So therefore I have it to be manual instead. So if you want to change a lot of values, and then after that you can do the save, basically. Yeah, and then we have the get function. It just returns what's already in values, and values is like the it's basically just a list of all the values that's in the JSON file. Yeah, I hope that makes some sense. And then I have this bind file function. It's basically just something that we do when we want to create the instance of the struct, the stat struct. So we want to do some special actions when we do that. So we want to bind it to a certain file, and that's going to be the JSON file where the data is supposed to be stored. And yeah. And also, if you see this load_JSON, that's from this file. I also wrote this code. There's a lot of stuff happening below this as well, since we have actually this library for incorporating like JSON into C++, and it's 30,000 lines of code almost. So that's what's making this work. I just wrote some basic functions for using it in a good way, you know. So yeah, that's what I did. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know what to talk about now. Sleeping is good. Yes, so all right. I've explained that entire system now. I think I have lost a few people on the way. Maybe I wasn't talking about the most interesting thing in the world, but it's interesting if you've made it, you know. That's just how it is. And then we have this stars generator thing. It's a whole lot more complicated than it has to be, but it's also very fun to use, and yeah, it's a very cool thing. So I can try to generate 100 million stars. That usually goes very well. That's 1,000, and that's 1 million, and then 2 more. If I accidentally add in another 0, it's not going to work. It's going to just freeze and then stay frozen. So yeah, it's important to not add in extra zeros. Yeah, so they are just randomly generated, basically. So I have this random generator stuff. So it generates a random integer between the low and high and returns it. That's what it does. So yeah. And yeah, we'll see how long this takes for it to get not frozen. Okay, let's see here now. I have my background here is also, it's a Civilization 6 map, by the way. I used to play a lot of Civilization 6. It's a great game. Better than Civ 7 in my opinion, in most people's opinions. Okay. Okay, progress. Give it a few more seconds and it's probably going to show the stars. It's just extremely slow. I think 100 million is about the limit for how many stars you can generate. But I could do something like switching to Vulkan for a slightly better GPU optimization, and then also make it multi-threaded so I can what's the word? Distribute the work of generating the stars a bit more. Right now it's all just on one CPU core, and that's it's not that. Why so many stars? Because it's extremely funny, okay? At least to me. Probably only to me though. In a few seconds, maybe the stars will show up. But it runs quite smoothly with 1 million stars. Okay. The stars showed up. So Yeah, there's a lot of them, and they are probably overlapping a whole lot. Since we're literally generating 100 million of them, and there's only so many pixels on the screen. Whoa, that's pretty crazy. Yeah, it's not supposed to be this slow either. Yeah. If you have a normal amount of stars on the being generated, like I'd say like 1 million is like the level of, that's how much you can handle without any problems. Then it's a lot quicker than this. So yeah. But yeah, this is incredibly fun. Something that would be cool is to like make some kind of idle game, or zero player game is probably a better word, where you just sit and look at a bunch of stars or something, and adding like black holes and all kinds of stuff. That would be so cool. But I'm already making games, so yeah. I don't think this is all too fun to watch, to be honest, but it's very fun for me. Yeah, I can't even move it. It's just so laggy. This takes up about like 10% of my CPU. Okay, so I can close it. Yes, nice. I can make this full screen again because that's what Walnutty wants me to do. Yeah, I'm also learning Vulkan right now. A few days ago, so that's pretty nice. And then Raylib uses OpenGL, which is a graphics API too. But Raylib is not a graphics API itself. It just uses another thing. It makes it easier, kind of. Whilst Vulkan is like OpenGL, but a whole lot harder. So it's basically, learning Vulkan is like learning Raylib, but 1,000 times harder. And more complicated. So you see, this is just all of this code. That's just like the bare minimum you have to write to get a window to show up. Yeah. So, and then there's all the shaders, and there's so much other stuff, and you have to load in textures. Yeah, it's very, very complicated. So yeah, I asked ChatGPT on a guide about this. I used the research mode for ChatGPT, and it wrote me, I think like 30 pages of just, whereof I think 15 of those pages were just setting up Vulkan, you know, doing this stuff such as creating a window and the pipeline, and yeah. Oh shoot, I'm trying. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. I realized that when I click F5 it won't compile and run the Vulkan project since I use CMake here. Yeah, I'll probably I can show that if people want me to. Yeah, it's pretty cool though. Yeah, I think we might want to use just, you know, Vulkan for games in the future, since it really gives you a low level understanding of graphics programming. Of course, we don't want to do it like this though, since having to write this is very inconvenient. So what you want to do is write some kind of mini library for using Vulkan, so you can actually use it in a practical way and not have to rewrite all of this every time you want Windows to pop up, for example. So yeah, that's something that I am working on more or less. But there's a lot of concepts to learn and understand when it comes to learning Vulkan, so it has a very slow start. It's kind of like learning C++, which I have done more or less. So yeah, this shouldn't be impossible. Learning C++ is it's not as hard as people think. I know that's like a bit controversial of a claim. Oh yeah, I'm the only one watching now. That's great. Okay. One watching. You know what would be very funny? If I took this time to go watch my own live stream on the live stream. Okay, so now we're going to have 2 people watching the stream. Oh wait, actually no though. This is still just me, but I'm watching it on 2 places. Now I hear myself too, as well. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, I'm going to play some Blood Thief. It's a cool game. I guess I could talk a bit about the project and the organization of the project maybe. We used to use Monday.com for organizing